Dear students, in previous lecture we have seen the motional EMF induced in a rotating rod. But if you see the diagram as in previous case, here the rod is fixed at point O. About this point O means the axis of rotation is at point O. About this point O it is rotating. So induced EMF is produced. So here what is the higher potential and what is the lower potential according to Fleming's right hand rule? Here point O is the highest potential and point P is a negative potential. In this case, what is the induced EMF is a half B L square omega. Between the EMF, it is between the two free ends O and P, because here where is the axis of rotation at point O, and this total length it is rotate about this point O. So in this case induced EMF is half BL square omega. Suppose here O is the midpoint of this rod, the total length of the rod it is the same L, and it is rotated with the same angular velocity omega in the same magnetic field B. So here then this length is L by 2 and this length is L by 2. But what is the difference between this case and this case? Here the rod is rotating about the center, not at free ends. So based on this center, the rod it is rotating. This is a V, and here it will be V, because it is rotating means this end it is moving this direction. So in this case, what is induced EMF? It will be 0. Net induced EMF means EMF induced between the two free ends. Here free ends have taken B and A. Between the two ends it is 0. This point try to remember, this is a very important point. Here what is the difference between these two cases? Only axis of rotation. Here axis of rotation is about at free end, but here the axis of rotation is at the center. In this case the net induced EMF between the free ends it will be 0. Here if you see what is the higher potential at the center, it is a higher potential, and the two free ends are lower potentials. So here why the induced EMF is 0, we'll see that. And here the total length of the rod it is L. The rod it is rotating about its axis passing through its center, and this length it is a perpendicular to the magnetic field. In this case only the induced EMF it will be 0. Here at end A is negative, means lower potential with respect to which point? Point O. And B is higher potential with respect to point O. So if you see the potential difference I will find between O and A, potential difference between O and B, then I will calculate the total EMF, means the total potential difference between B and A, that should be equal to 0. That will verify it. Potential difference between O and A, the same formula, potential difference and induced EMF half B L square. What is the L between O and A? That is L by 2 whole square omega, it will be same. So how much we got? 1 by 8 B L square omega. This is VO minus VA. Similarly VO minus VB, same will get B L by 2 whole square omega. Again we got 1 by 8 B L square omega. So this is the potential difference between O and B. Then therefore net EMF across AB is, so net EMF is equal to, if we add this one and this one total, it will be 0. So because of this reason, this is the way to calculate net induced EMF when the rod is rotating about its axis of rotation passing through its center. Next, one more application we'll see. about spoked wheel. Here magnetic field is given. This is a spoked wheel and this is the rim. It contains n number of spokes. Means like a cycle tire. So it is the rim of the wheel and this contains n number of spokes. So this is the center it is O, and this length of the spoke from the center to here, let it be R. Or L also you can take, no problem. So it is placed in uniform magnetic field. Magnetic field is perpendicular, it is vertically downwards. That magnetic field magnitude is B, and it is the spoked wheel, it is moving with constant angular velocity omega. With each spoke length it is R from center to the rim. So if it is moving with constant angular velocity in uniform magnetic field, the spokes, it will be cut continuously the magnetic field line. So again induced EMF is produced. In this case also the same expression will use. Induced EMF is equal to half B. Instead of L, what is this length? It is radius, we have taken B R square omega. So this is also one of the important expression. If the spoked wheel, it is rotating with angular velocity omega in magnetic field of B bar, then induced EMF is half B R square omega. And here one important point we should note here, if 20 number of spokes also the same expression, even 100 number of spokes also the same expression, means induced EMF is independent of number of spokes. So this point is important. Induced EMF induced between the center and the rim of the spoke, it is always independent on number of spokes. So next we'll see the induced EMF in a rotating disc. So here we have taken, it is a disc, the disc radius it is R, and the uniform magnetic field it is B bar. So here in three-dimensional view, if you see, this is the x-axis, this is the y, and this is the z-axis. So this this disc is rotating about this center with constant angular velocity omega. Means the disc it is rotating like this about its center. So about its center we have taken, this is a z-axis. So and this is one of the rod, it is moving, means it is rotating about its center. So this rod it is passing through its center of the disc. What is the radius of the disc? It is R. So if it is moving in uniform magnetic field, what is the direction of uniform magnetic field here? Magnetic field it is passing parallel to this z-axis, means the disc it is rotating like this and the center is this direction. So center. Next, magnetic field also it is along this z-axis only, means magnetic field is passing through its center. And the number of magnetic field lines if you take like this, means if you see the plane of this disc and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. So this is the plane and this is the direction of the magnetic field. So both are perpendicular to each other. So here the disc contains, means we have imagined the disc is like similar to spoked wheel. It contains a large number of spokes. That spoke length from the center to the rim, that is there we have taken radius R. Here also what is the radius of the disc? It is R. So we have considered the disc it is like it contains n number of spokes. The spoke length it is R. So the same expression we will get even the disc is rotating in uniform magnetic field, because this is also like a spoked wheel contains n number of spokes. So the same omega, it is also same, B also it will be same, and what is the length of the spoke and radius of the disc, both it will be same. So in this case, induced EMF half B R square omega, the same expression it will come. So here these are all the special cases to calculate the induced EMF.